Alright everyone, it is Dokkan time again today, and today's how to build is going to be for the new LR Chi-Chi. Yes, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit shocked in that we actually got an LR Chi-Chi. I mean, she's not necessarily like the most amazing unit ever, but she is actually very good, and I'm not going to say she's the best free-to-play unit, mostly because at the time of recording, you can only get a 55% or max of 69% copy, but at the same time, she's still really useful. And if we ever get like Million Arena or something that requires us to nuke events, I think a lot of people will probably be using her. But anyways, I'm just kind of going off here. If you're new to the channel, my name is Saiyan, and I make Dragonball videos for Dokkan and Gekishin Squadra, and hopefully other videos very soon. So if that all sounds good to you, go ahead and propose and marry the like and subscribe button, and we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So, with LR Chi-Chi, there's a couple things to keep in mind. So once again, this is a world tournament LR, and what you're listening to in the background is actually her OST, and although I think it's a very sweet one when you watch the intro animation, I'm gonna fall asleep, so forgive me, I need to switch the music because this is, oh boy, ooh boy. Okay, that's a little bit better and not going to automatically put me to sleep. Anyways, back to this. So she is a world tournament unit, so more than likely you will not be able to obtain her unless you get her from local rewards in world tournament specifically. World tournament only happens once every month or once every 2 months. You will have more than likely pretty much an entire year to be able to obtain a full rainbow copy of the unit. In order to get 2 copies, you will need to get place local number 1 in your local bracket of World Tournament. More than likely, a lot of people go try hard when it comes down to it, but if you get lucky with a local bracket that doesn't have a lot of tryhards, I would definitely suggest pushing for it, because it just means that you can get her to a double dupe status sooner, which I would highly recommend. Her at 55% is actually kind of underwhelming, purely because she has a lot of RNG in her kit. But with all that put aside, let's just kind of get into it. As far as 200% leader options go, she does have a couple options in here, but I will definitely say that whatever leader you put her under, you 100% have to have a Goku specifically on the attacking rotations that she is going to be on, because more than half of her kit essentially requires a Goku on the turn with her. If you don't have Goku on the turn with her, then there's pretty much no reason to actually take her along, because, well, nothing will proc. So, her only 220% option is going to be Mercenary Tao, unfortunately. She is 200, I believe, on Yamcha and Master Roshi, of course, but I would not suggest it. She's a bond of master and she's a bond of parent and child unit, so she does fall under the Vegeta Trunks leader skill, but once again, unless you have Goku on the rotation with her, I wouldn't suggest taking her. Now, raises attack and greatly raises defense for her 12 key. Her leader skill, actually, I'm sorry, I skipped over that, is Goku Family Key plus 4 HP attack and defense of 130. Her 18 key super is greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. So no debuffs, no stun, no seal, no nothing, unfortunately. Her passive is as follows. Her active entrance animation will go off as long as you have a Goku on the team. This does count Kid Goku. In my testing on a private server, it was not proccing correctly without a actual, like, normal Goku, but what I think is happening here is, well, you'll understand in a minute once we go over it. So, as long as there's a Goku on the team, you'll get a infinite Key plus 6 attack and defense at 159%, and then for the first turn, technically, for the first and second turn, Goku Family category allies Key plus 3 and attack plus 70% for 2 turns. I think this will be abused quite a bit. In fact, I would not doubt it if a lot of people just purely brought her along on the team just to buff up a Goku Family unit. So if you got a Goku that's able to nuke and you throw her onto the team, the only thing that needs to happen is she needs to show up on the first turn, or and then Goku on the second turn and just nuke, or on the same turn with Goku, and you have a 70% buff right there. Huge, honestly. It really is a huge increase. Now, basic effects are attack and defense of 100%, 50% chance of launching additional super attack, and a 50% chance of performing a critical. Now, when there is another Goku family category ally in the same turn, she gets a ki +3 attack and defense of 100%, and a 70% chance to additional, and then all allies defense of 20%. When there is an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn, ki +3 attack and defense of 159, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super, and all allies defense of 50%, and when attacking, attack and defense 150%. And this is the real big part that majority of people are going off about, is for every attack performed, chance of evading enemy's attack by 20% within the turn. So we got to pay attention to this a little bit. So she gets a 20% dodge chance for every attack performed. Now this is huge. It is a big thing, but please work with me here. Let's go back up here. So we have your initial super attack. So that automatically she has 20% dodge chance just from supering initially. Now, her basic effect has a 50% chance of launching additional super attack. So if you look at this, 50% chances of launching an additional super. And you go down here and it says launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Essentially what this means is that because this is only a 50% chance of launching a super attack, that just means you have a 50% chance of launching a super, not an attack. So you actually could very well not even have this activate at all whatsoever. And the same thing can be said for right here that says great chance of launching an additional super attack. It means that neither of these two will pop out normals. It means that you just have a 50% chance of a super and then a 70% chance of a super right here. These both can very well just straight up not proc, and you could have only your initial, and then this right here, which is launch an additional attack to have a super attack. I have already had several runs where I only get 2 attacks off or 3 attacks off, and that means that with only 2 or 3 attacks going off for GG, she only has 40 or 60% chance to dodge. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about that. That's a good dodge chance. But people look at this right here and they assume, oh, she's going to be 100% dodge chance, right? Well, if RNG applies itself to you. There is no reason to go full dodge with this character. I'm just going to be real with you on that one. There's no reason to go full dodge with her, because if she gets an additional normal, then she'll get 20% dodge chance, which is almost more than you can even actually get her. You have a higher chance of getting an additional normal to go off than you do for dodge to go off. So it's best just to go full additional with her straight up. The only way to get 100% dodge chance is if your actual hidden potential procs as well, so keep that in mind. But yeah. Now, her links are Battlefield Diva, Infighter, Incredible Adventure, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, Courage, Shattering Limit, and Legendary Power. Now, unfortunately, even though she's not Guidance of the Dragon Balls and Incredible Adventure link sets, she is not a Dragon Ball Saga character, because for whatever reason, this version of Chi-Chi does not count as Boyhood Saga, which honestly doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, because I believe every other Chi-Chi in the game actually is a part of Dragon Ball Saga. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me go. I honestly kind of want to go double check that. Let me go see here. So Dragon Ball Saga. Let's see here. Maybe not. Maybe every other Chi-Chi is not on here, and I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Well, it's unfortunate that she's not on Dragon Ball Saga, as it would drastically help her team options, in my personal opinion. But to each their own. So, although she has obviously links for Dragon Ball Saga and then Peppy Cows, she's not really going to be running with Peppy Cows. And as I said before, if you don't have Goku on the rotation with her, you essentially lose, well, not her whole kit, but 159% attack and defense and another additional 70% chance to super is quite a big difference in damage and defense, in all given honesty. Not to mention, you wouldn't be supplying your allies with 50% defense, you'd only be supplying them with 20% in total. So, she has initial 50, 70, and a 70, so she can quad super in a turn, which is very nice. She's got a 50% chance to crit. She can potentially have anywhere from 60 to 100% chance to dodge. She's supporting allies by 50%, and the first 2 turns, 70% to Goku family. So overall, she's just a really decent support unit. My only issue probably would just be the fact that she's only on 5 categories, although they're at least good categories. The fact that she has to have Goku on attacking rotation does seem a little bit limiting to me. To get everything to go off, and her kit is just pure RNG as far as her dodge chance goes, and I have really poured RNG in all honesty. So if you get her at 55% and she's just not doing well, it's all honesty, it's just straight up RNG. That's what her dodge chance is. But she's a pretty good support unit. I do like her support. I just wish that her support right here for the Goku family for 2 turns was permanent, or at least able to be procced again somehow. I think that would have really made her the actual best free-to-play unit. So, but anyways, I'm yammering about and going off, so let's just go ahead and go look at her defense numbers. Alright, so these defense numbers will be compliments of Blood Raven over on Twitter. 55% wise, you're going to have to be on Tao's team, so that'd be a 220% buff. You'd only have Incredible Adventure activated. With all ally buffs, with 40% support, you're looking at, if you actually penta super, like 5 times super attacked, you'd be around a 3.6 million defense. So honestly, as soon as she's on supers and at least she gets a double super, she's basically going to be able to survive normal. So that's the good thing. But she is definitely going to be dodge or die on supers in current level content. Okay, hold on a sec. Her OST is just, it's killing me a lot, man. It's like it needs to. Oh boy. It's the worst thing for videos. Oh boy. Okay, maybe not that OST. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Yeah, sure. Why not Go Tanks? Why not Go Tanks team? So as I said, 55% isn't bad. Once again, she's dodge or die on super. She's tanking normals for days, which is good. So just be very wary about that. If you have 100% down the line, you know, 6 months down the line, 40% support, all ally buffs, you're looking at about 4.5 million defense if you can get a penta super. It's the biggest thing is that you really have to get a penta super, and that's really difficult and honestly unlikely to really happen. Like, you're probably never going to see this going off. More than likely, I think the average is actually going to be closer to you having 2 to 3 super attacks in a single turn. 4 if you're actually lucky. So assume that at Rainbow you're between 3 to 4 million defense. And then as far as 55% goes, I would assume that you would be anywhere from 2.5 to maybe 3 million defense at best at 55%. You know, on a normal 220 team with 40% support, it could be very much lower. It just all depends on your links going off, the other support on the team, etc., etc. Regardless, she's a very good unit. She's supporting by 50% with Goku on the rotation, and she's got a really good chance to dodge. It's just still RNG on that dodge chance. But otherwise, I still think she's very solid. She's very solid defense-wise, and I'm happy about it. So, I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I've already yammered off quite a bit. So let's just go ahead and get into the build section on the right side of the screen. This is going to be for a 55% build. Once again, as I said earlier, just go full additional here. So, silver level 5 additional, bronze level 2 additional. And for those wondering, no, she does not have any specific special equipment. I don't think there's currently a World Tournament-esque unit that does have special equipment, though I do feel like in the near future we are in for a World Tournament revamp, which could definitely introduce World Tournament-esque skill orbs. So in the future, please go ahead and comment below if I guessed that correctly. Anyways, now let's just go ahead and move to the 69% build, which is the 1 dupe build, as you'll see here. The 1 dupe build should be in the bottom right-hand corner of your hidden potential. If you get a dupe from this first World Tournament, then this is the slot you should be throwing it onto. You give her level 9 additional, so 3 out of those 4 nodes you should give 4 additional, and then the last node should go into dodge. As she has a 50-50 chance to crit, she's not here to be doing damage. She's actually just here to support, get an additional in to get that 20% extra dodge chance, and get out of dodge. And obviously just keep the level 5 silver additional and level 2 bronze silver, or level 2 bronze additional. Words are hard. Now, we're going to go with the rainbow build now. Rainbow or 2 dupes and above specifically. So you're on your second dupe, make sure you go for the top left-hand corner of your hidden potential nodes. And for 3 of those nodes, you'll go for additional. Actually, I think it's 2 nodes and then put the rest. Or yeah, 3 nodes into additional and then put the last one into dodge. So once again, as I said before, you should just go full additional with her because there is a higher chance of you getting an additional attack performed to get that 20% dodge chance than there is for the actual hit potential dodge chance to be going off. So just give her gold equipped to a level 5 additional or higher if you got it. And you should actually be going from level 15 to level 27 per additional. Now, a level 27 additional is a 54% chance to additional. What this means is that you have a 54% chance to additional and get 20% dodge chance. So just keep that in mind. And with all that being said, let's just go ahead and move towards the roll tips. Now, roll tips, they're pretty self-explanatory. And although I would say that there is an argument to be had about keeping her on rotation, but my issue with her is primarily the fact that she just doesn't have good enough links to be throwing into slot 2. And because you have to additional super or additional attack in general to actually get her dodge chance up, there's no reason to put her in slot 1 because she's not tanking anything. So you really want to just kind of have her as floating support. Now, I mind you, if you have a perfect slot 1 unit that links up decently with her, if you got a slot 1 unit that's got Guidance of the Dragon Balls, Incredible Adventure, or any of these other links going off at the same time, then maybe I can definitely say slot 2 would be okay with her. You know, not the Path Power. AGL Kid Goku might be fine in slot 1 in certain circumstances, and I think in that argument right there, you could definitely put her in slot 2 with him. But otherwise, for the majority of team sakes, you just are going to be floating her 100% of the time. Now, once again, her partner just has to straight up be Goku. It doesn't really matter on the links department is because pretty much the entirety of her kit is going to be revolving around a quote-unquote Goku family and then Goku on the attacking rotation. Without Goku being on the attacking rotation, then there's pretty much no partner, per se. So, I would say AGL Kid Goku at the time of recording is pretty much her only good option. You could definitely run these guys, but I don't think they even have like a solid placement on the team, as this unit right here actually really demands to be running with other Dragon Ball Saga or Earthbred Fighter-esque category characters. Specifically, this part of their passive per Dragon Ball Saga unit, you're losing a lot of not a lot, but it's already a very minimal increase as it is, and removing that just to have a quote-unquote best link partner just would kind of be a waste. Now, for a free-to-play team, you know, that looks probably fine and dandy, and if you're going into random free-to-play content with this, then yeah, definitely throw these two together so you can see Chi-Chi doing anywhere from 30 to 40 million damage on an 18-key super. But short of getting all of Chi-Chi's links off or being heavily supported, you're generally only going to see her around the 20 million damage range at Rainbow. So, and as far as her leaders go, as I said before, she is on Bond of Parent and Child, so she can go on Vegeta and Trunks' team. It is an option. Just make sure you have Goku on rotations. AGL Kid Goku, of course. Yamcha for just a full dodge-centered team. And then the only 220% option in the game currently at the time of recording is Mercenary Tao. You do have other 200% options, of course, but the other 200% options, you might as well run Tao instead. And as much as I love Master Roshi, he's just still not a good leader to be running right now. So, and that's pretty much going to be it for the roll tips, and that's going to be it for the video at that point. So, do let me know what placement you got in the World Tournament down below in the comments. See how many copies of Chi-Chi you can get right away. We are looking at a World Tournament revamp in the near future, so keep that in mind. Maybe she'll be easier to obtain down in the future. Anyways, guys, let me know how you decide to build her. What teams are you going to rock her on? And thank you for watching. Have a good day and a good night.